Good morning. I believe that it is morning time just about the majority of the places right now. But if it's not, good evening, good afternoon. And even over in Africa, it's about 11 something, almost 12 noon. And if you're part of the Car Chronicles movement, then you understand that today we are fasting. We're fasting to 12 noon lunchtime, your time, all over the world. And yes, even on my vacation, I fast. Even on my vacation, I pray. Even on my vacation, I read my word. Good morning to you all. Alicia Carr is on here. Tara Chandra is on here. Kiva, I love that name. God bless you. Shantia is saying, hey. God bless you all. Zilim or Zelma. Norris is on here. India Baker, Terry, God bless you. God bless you. Tracy Harding is right below her. God bless you all. Paletta Jerry Jones is on here. It is such an honor to see you all. Hi, Shane. I promise you that. AP. She did her thing last night, and even though the Wi-Fi was acting kind of strange, we thank God for UCI holding it down. My husband is the great Apostle Fred D. Gooden III, and I honor him. And so I thank God for my husband, Shelley and Dixon. Yes, I am still here, and I will give you a call. God bless you, Shatrina. Allen is on here. Vera Smalls, good morning, beautiful to you too. I am still here. I will be getting on a flight very soon because I am going to give you what thus said the Lord on Sunday. Golda, God bless you all. Hello to the CCM family all over the world. I spoke to someone from Anguilla. So CCM Anguilla, God bless you. How are you? CCM Germany is on here. God bless you all over the world. God bless you. Iris, how you doing? Harriet Hunt. It's important to say Hunt associated to that name. Cheryl Walker, how are you doing? I hope everything is wonderful. Keisha Daniels just went up the timeline. Sean just went up the timeline. I need you guys to say the lady in the car is here. However, I'm not in the car, but I am in the beautiful islands of this wonderful tropical place, and God knows I thank our team for giving us such an amazing 50th birthday gift. God bless you. Dottie Keith Reynolds, it's good to see you. Stephanie Campbell is on here. God bless you all. Nikisha Johnson, Gloria Thompson, it is good to see you again. We get ready to go to the Word of God, and I promise you, as a mouthpiece of the Most High, Kathy Newkirk, God bless you. God doesn't shut off. And so a lot of people are saying, Avis, bless you. Why don't you rest? Why don't you rest? No, I am resting. But you have to understand, when you are owned by the Most High, when you are a slave of the Most High, when you are an oracle of God, He doesn't shut off. He doesn't take vacations, nor does he sleep or slumber or take breaks. So, which means when he says, open your mouth and speak, I must do that despite what it is. Shanice Bean, it's good to see you. Go with me because I want to tell you a secret. I want to tell you a secret because I'm going to share something with you, and I don't want people to get offended, but I have to tell you what happened yesterday, because even though Dawn, Brian, I love you, Sandra Ellis, Sandra Pepperman, I'm here and I'm doing what I have to do. The Lord is speaking. So Sunday, bring a guest or be a guest, because I promise you the Lord is going to speak, and I'll be bringing the word of God, and I want you to bring a woman with you. It's women worship. Bring a woman to worship with us on Sunday, because God knows there is something for you all to hear. April Vaskerville, London, God bless you. Listen to me. I want you guys to understand that a lot of times I don't always have the time, but I do have a bunch of people who come back and they share comments with me. I have people who are, Minister Stephanetta, she spearheads the Solace Ministry. And what happens is when people go up the timeline and they tell me that they're grieving, they're mourning, or they just experienced a death or a loss. Minister Stephanetta, she spearheads the Solace Ministry, and so she'll send you a card on behalf of UCI and CCM, and so she's having a grief gap, so you need to come. And so I'm saying that because I want you to understand I have people watching, because I can't watch millions of people all over the world, but I have people watching. Kai, Elias, God bless you. Tanya, God bless you. And happy birthday to everyone that's celebrating a birthday. There was a young lady that was in the comment section, and there was a few of them, and they said, I wish I had, watch this, $7 or $27 to sow. Now, don't go anywhere. Don't panic. Come on, I'm giving you something. That bothered me. Not because they did not have it to sow. They didn't have it for themselves. See, that's a problematic when you are an adult. That's a problem situation. God bless you, Trinidad, Tobago, bless you. Lise, I'm trying to come to Trinidad. That's a problem for those of you who are considering yourselves adults and grown. That is a problem. See, I'm not judging anyone. I want to help you with something. I began to pray for those young ladies. And what I did, I always take it upon myself to help people to sow. A lot of people don't even understand the stuff that I did. If you wouldn't even judge me, you would close your mouth and say, I wish that I had just an inkling of fruit that woman of God displays to people. So nonetheless, watch this. Medina Senior, bless you. Happy birthday to you. Watch this. I begin to say to God, I begin to say, now what is the problem? Something happened. Watch this. I'm giving you something here. The Lord said it's not the finances. It's not their health. It's not their faith. I begin to pause as I begin to walk along. Listen, the locals. See, when I go on vacation, I don't like to stay on the resort. I've never been that type of person. From everywhere from Africa to St. Lucia to the beautiful trillions of time I've come to Jamaica. I like to go out to the locals because there is something that I need so that I can get an understanding of how they live. Now, those that come and they just lay on the beach, that's your choice. But my segment of the message is just like you saw me go up the timeline and I learn about the Akio and I learn about the Salasap and I learn about those things. And please don't judge me. Pay attention. I even sat with a woman. Now, watch this. I even sat with a woman named Seba. Seba blew my mind. She blew my mind, and I could talk to Seba for hours and hours and hours. I could speak to Seba and her husband, the Rasta. I spoke to them. Now, hold on. This is not... Wait, well, let me clear something up before everybody throw me under the bus. I don't smoke weed. I have never smoked weed. I have no interest in smoking weed. This is my segment of the message. Now, watch this, Kimberly Summers. God bless you, Katrina Rivas. Watch this. She began to sit. And the conversation, or we begin to converse about how they honor their husbands. She began to speak to me, and when he spoke, she honored him, and she did not call him by his name. She would honor him and say, Rastafari. He began to take me into the fields, and he began to teach me, and he began to teach my husband about the different strains of what they say is medicinal uses. Now watch this. She began to tell me this is for your back. This is for glaucoma. She began to educate me. Watch this. I had no desire to smoke. I don't want to desire this. That's me. That's me. But she said, here on the island, she said, we are allowed to use this because of the ailments in our body. Wow. She then began to take me to different fruits, and she began to give me the knowledge concerning the power of the fruits. Watch this. She even took me and she showed me things that I did not even know existed on the island. She then began to teach me about a lot of things, and she began to say there is something about the beautiful hills of this place that people come to honor and see. She gave me this word, Nutraceuticals. Nutrial, I can't even say it. You say it. Nutraceuticals. It is a natural energy that God has given fruit to produce for me and you. I am going somewhere. My mind was blown. My mind was blown. It was blown that I did not know that those fruits had those nutrients to help us. Watch this. She gave me some guava juice. So I had some guava juice the next morning. And when I began to drink the guava juice, I began to say to myself, it's not sweet. Watch this. The guava juice isn't sweet. The guava juice isn't sweet. And I looked at Fred and I said, the guava juice ain't sweet. Why is it the guava juice sweet? And he smiled. He said, you remember? Seba told us that here you can get it, and it's not going to be sweet. It's going to be just like it is on the island. Now, let's go somewhere. I went back and I said, there was a problem. There was a problem. And the Lord began to deal with me this morning concerning a lot of us. He took me back neurosurgical. Okay, my husband is trying to help me with the word, but Fred knows that I can barely say certain words. I'll tell you about that as well. I began to wake up this morning, the Lord began to say, it's not the people's finances. It's not the people's faith. I'm getting ready to reveal to you what it is. It's a secret. Let's go to Hosea. He took me to Hosea 4. He said, hear the words of the Lord. Listen to me. Hear the words of the Lord, you Israelites. That means he's speaking to us. He's speaking to us. He said, hear the words, because the Lord God has charges to bring against you who live in the land. Okay, you've got to read the first passage of the message because you want a prophetic word, right? God says he comes to warn, correct, and comfort. Listen. And so now he's giving a warning to people who won't listen. It's not your money. It's not your faith. It's not even your health. Watch this. He says, I'm giving you a warning, O Israelite. And unfortunately, I've got to bring charges against you who live in this land. He said, there is no faithfulness, no love, no knowledge of God in the land. He's speaking. He's telling you what the problem is. There is no faithfulness. There is no faithfulness because most of you turn your back on God whenever you ain't got no money. There is no faithfulness. If you're in a relationship, if anyone is in a relationship, just give a smiley face because this is your segment of the message. And if you ain't in a relationship and you're single, this is your segment of the message too. In fact, 2,000 people with 200 people following them. Click, tag, and share. Watch this. He's saying faithfulness. Faithfulness means that you're sometimey in a situation. There's somebody right now under the sound of my voice. You ain't in a relationship because they were unfaithful. And what do you think that God wants you to be in when it comes down to worshiping him? Are we going to be in a faithful relationship or are we not? No, a lot of us have been unfaithful, not just in our marriage and our relationships, in your worship. Love? We all know that pendulum could swing any which way. You don't even love God. Right now, a lot of you ain't talking to him simply because of the pandemic. We in Hosea 4. And he said, you ain't even got no knowledge of God in the land. That means all of you people that learn God in a traditional setting, most of you are lost. Did I say that? Yes. Because God is not in religion. He's in relationship. I just told you that. Someone said, ooh, okay. There is only crushing, lying, murdering, stealing, adultery. They break all the bonds. Yagasa. And the bloodshed flows. So those are the things that break the bond, the relationship that you're supposed to have to the Most High God. He means in the land, you've broken the relationship. You've broken it with religion. You've broken the bond that you and I were supposed to have. You've allowed life circumstances to break the bond. And God said, because of that, what happens is it's going to be a problem. Watch this. He said, now listen. Now what's happening because of all of this, the land has dried up. And all who live in it is wasting away. You're wasting away and you've lost the connection because you've allowed life circumstances to break the bond that God said was rightfully his in the first place. Watch this. God is into relationship, not religion. He said, you're wasting away the beasts of the fields, the birds in the sky. The fish are swept away in the sea, but no longer. People said, oh my gosh, oh, this is deep. I'm glad you're on here. Hello to all of my newly engaged women who are going up the timeline. Rings are still falling if you listen. Hear me. The fish are even wasted away. But let no one bring a charge. Let no one accuse you, one of you. For the people of God are like those. That means the real believers ain't like that. Someone said, ouch. Prince Sunshine said, ouch. The real believers, they believe that I will bless the Lord at all times. The real believers, that means it ain't what you do out here. It's what you do in here. Even you going to church and you worshiping God and your heart ain't right. God says, woe unto you. But those that believe God, and I will worship God in spirit and in truth. No matter if I'm on vacation or not, I am committed to you. And God says, I'm looking for the real worshipers. I'm looking for the real people that understands the commandment of God. Those are the ones that I'm looking for. It ain't in your garments, it's in your heart. It ain't in the hat you wear or the clothes, it's in your heart. Hear me? He said, I can't accuse the real ones of that. Watch this. Who bring charges against a priest? Now listen, I've got to go here. You stumble in the day and the night, And the prophets also stumble with you. Now, let me go here. Understand there is something about the high priest. Watch this. The high priest was supposed to live a specific life. Because before God came and sent his son to make an atonement for us and rip the veil in half, there was a high priest. The high priest had to walk right, talk right, eat right, live right. The high priest had a cord around him. So when he went inside to make atonement for the people, if he wasn't living right, guess what happened? He fell dead. And they would just kindly don't hear the bells ringing, and they would snatch that joker out of here because he did not live the life. And okay, y'all don't believe this. Someone said, "Who fire is raining?" See, that's what's happening to a lot of folks. I ain't judging nobody. I'm just in the book. You hold on. You're supposed to be the leader, but you live in any kind of way. Okay, they don't like me today, but I'm trying to get folks free. Listen, the life you see me living with my husband Fred, oh, that's the life. I don't want no man. I dang on sure don't want no woman. He don't want no man. He dang on sure don't want no woman. We love each other purely. We ain't got to fake it. We ain't got to be fighting around. And then, come on, let's take a picture. Okay, no, we don't do that. All that fake couples you see, that is not of God. Because he know y'all throwing dishes in the household and come before the people saying, oh, we all know you ain't in love. You in one bedroom, he in another. You can't get along. There is no oneness. So how can God move? And God is saying, this is what happened. The leaders. Someone said, Jameliah, you stepping on toes this morning. Well, Leah Horn, they shouldn't have been in the aisle, as Bishop Pee Wee Rogers used to say. And this is what's happening. So now you stumbling. No, you ain't no prophesier. You prophet lying. Because prophets got fruit. I had one y'all, I'm a prophet. Really? I said, where's your fruit? She says, no, baby, you ain't got no fruit. The Bible says, and you will know them by their fruit. And so therefore you ain't got no fruit. I'm going to need you to sit down. Matter of fact, sit way in the back and let God elevate you in due time because you're not ready for promotion. Watch this. People are destroyed. Watch this. So what he's going to do, he says, I will destroy your mother. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge because you have rejected knowledge. I also rejected you even as my priest. Watch this. He's saying, I'm talking to the people and the leaders that don't obey God. He says, what I'm doing is, now, you got to pay for that. Larry, bless you. Because you have ignored the law of God, your God, I will also ignore even the children. So let me say this, because God bless the word. It's not your finances. It's not your faith. It's your knowledge. See, understand, knowledge is something that is very powerful because even the word of God said that wisdom is the principal thing. Now, even though I'm on the island, I'm going to help you this morning because a lot of people, you really don't know what knowledge is. What is knowledge?
This is the definition of knowledge. Facts, information, and skills acquired through experience or education. The theoretical or practical understanding of a subject.
Even the Bible speaks of those who hunger and thirst after knowledge, the same shall be saved. Now watch this. You have to understand it's not your finances. It's how you implement it. It's not the faith. It's how you implement it. God. Someone said, my God, today I am 67 and blessed. God bless you, Denise Jones. Happy birthday to you. If you come up here again and talk about your birthday, girl, you're going to have a problem with me. God bless you. Watch this. Michelle, send us some flowers. Listen to me. You have to understand that there is a level of us that lack knowledge. We do. We lack knowledge because just like I sat with Siba and she began to give me knowledge about things, my soul was fed because I got excited because now I got an understanding about some things. Now watch this. I begin to say, now God, now there was a man in the Bible who was wealthy. Watch this. He was a wealthy ruler. His name was Solomon. The Bible said he had riches beyond riches, but he asked God for knowledge. There's some people that got stuff, but ain't smart in how they receive it. And the Lord began to blow my mind this morning. He said, there are people who are genius. Now, I told you, watch this. There are people who are genius. You got two type of genius. You got geniuses, and you got what you call evil geniuses. Watch this. It simply means they got knowledge. They're not implemented right. You've got to understand that there are smart people who are going to hell, and a whole lot of dumb ones following them. Watch this. It's not the faith. It's not the finance. It's the knowledge. As beautiful as the temple that Solomon built. Listen to me. He had a reputation of being evil. Even though he built the temple and his father David, he said, no, I don't want you to build it. He said, I need your son David to build it because David has a level of knowledge and understanding and experience that you don't. David understands that even though you don't like how I do things, it shall be done in excellence. And even though they said that he was a tyrant, there was a level of him that God needed, which means that sometimes you ain't gonna like what your leaders do. Trust them and watch it. And so when your leader tells you, take off them bonnets, don't throw me under the bus. I'm not going to stay on that. Hold on. And when your leader tells you, go on and fix your credit, there is a level of knowledge that I got that I'm trying to pour unto you. When a leader says, I'm going to teach you how to grow, go ahead and sow. Watch this. This ain't for that. Watch it. I know how God saved me. And I was not homeless. I had my lights cut out. And I had a Fortune 500 resume. Watch this. I just told you that I could not say certain things because, watch this. Someone said, thank you for this message. Letitia Johnson, bless you. You've got to understand that I can't say certain words. Drizzy Dre, I can't say certain words, Trina Beatty, not because of the aneurysm that they got rid of. It's because I am 100% dyslexic. Oh, no, you didn't know that? Watch this. I am 100% dyslexic. I'm so good and so glad that God sent me a husband that loves English. See, when God puts something together, oh, it's effortless. Watch this. Someone said, this is good here. Kim, I'm watching you. Listen to me. Kim L. Coleman, love you. See, my husband connected me with a man that is so profound in spelling, teaching. Watch this. He loves knowledge. I don't know how to say a word, and I say, Fred, how you say that? He said, this is how you say it, baby. The Greek terminology is. See, that's why, single lady, this is your segment of the message. When you want God to give you something, you best to wait, because when he perfectly fits it together, it's a seamless match. Oh, thank God. And God is saying, even in your dyslexia, I am going to use you because you have the spirit of watch this. You ain't got the spirit of a whole lot of people, not even the high priest of the past. He said, because what you don't understand, people don't see. Your heart is in it. Leaders all over the world. See what happens to you. It spills off into the people of God. And so if you're going to teach them. Don't just reach them. See, you've got to understand that God said the high priest got a problem because his heart ain't right. And God is saying, even with dyslexia, your heart is right. Now bless the people of God. It killed me. I'm going somewhere. It killed me because as I sat with Seba and the Rasta, she began to tell me stuff that school could not teach her. She began to say this here, this is a sour sap. And when you get inside of it, the sour sap, see, when you go on vacation, go outside of the compound and go see the locals, because there is where the knowledge is. Hear me. I begin to say, now, Siba, well, what does this do? She says, now, if you take the seed out of the sour sap and you boil it, she said, what you got to do is the plant in the sour sap, the leaves. I said, oh, this is good to me. She began to say, this is akia. I said, what? I did not know. She says, yes, Jamaica has 325, whatever that word is, fruits of healing. Why? As I begin to sit with her, see, the ignorant individual will say, where's your degree? The ignorant individual will say, well, what school did you go? She began to tell me, no, see, this is stuff that we studied here on the island. And see, your mama done studied stuff, and you still won't listen to you. Your daddy, maybe if he did not, done new stuff or noted it stuff, but you won't listen. And God said, it ain't the fun. Iris, where you at, Iris? Can somebody just tag Iris? Can you can you just, Iris, where you at? I'm going deeper. I need Iris to just smile, because Iris, I want you to do something. I need you to put smiley faces in your comment section. Cheryl Murphy, follow her. Put smiles in your comment section so people could identify themselves and connect themselves with you. Watch this. I've got 3,000 people. Click tag and share. We going somewhere. Watch this. The word of the Lord said you're destroyed because of your knowledge, not because of your finance, because there's a whole lot of people that's financially secure and still don't have it. There's a lot of people that's going to stay broke because you don't want to receive knowledge. So God says you done created your own. Watch this. It blew my mind because I'm waiting for Iris. They're on here. It blew my mind because these women are connected to UCI. They're connected to CCM. And I said to them, I said, it's amazing because they stood up and they one of them built their home from the ground up. As a single woman, one of them will teach you how to save money. And see, the problem that most of you got, see, there's Iris right there. She just went up the timeline. See, Iris, she loves the budget. That's what she does. Iris loves to budget. She's right there. She's part of the church. She's part of CCM. She likes the budget. And so because she likes the budget, she tell you how to budget. Understand? And so since most of you always spending everything you got, and you say, well, if I just buy this, then I could do that. And God is saying, wait, hold on, I'm trying to make you a good steward over your finances so you can have $27, so you can have whatever it is that you need right now. Understand this. It's the knowledge. It's not the money. It means I'm saving this for a rainy day, and I don't care what y'all say. If a hurricane hit, I promise you I'm going to be fine. Most of Americans, under the sound of my voice, whether you're in another island or not, have something saved. Someone said, you preaching today. Watch this. You got something saved. You're supposed to. Not for me, but for yourself. How will you go? But the pandemic took my job. Hold on. I guarantee you, if I sat down, watch this, and I spoke to half of the people on here, this ain't got nothing to do with the pandemic. You always live paycheck to paycheck. This ain't got nothing. Listen, Iris just said, I love keeping my money. This ain't got nothing to do with you losing your job. Heck, I said, watch this. This has nothing to do with you being caught up in a system that is broken. It simply means God is saying, I'm trying to teach you something about knowledge. Get up here and go get it. I want you to understand something. Listen to me. There is something that God has given you called knowledge. And you've got to decide if you're going to use it today. With the rainbow over my head, God is saying, my people are destroyed, not for their finances, not for the health. Your doctor tells you, you can't eat that, but you eat it anyway. Oh, you don't like what I'm saying. Your doctor done told you, he done told you that you can't eat sugar because of the sugar. You can't eat salt is bad for you. The doctor done told you, you got to do this to get this. And you can't do that. You want God to do it for you. Now, if you don't go somewhere and I said to Fred, this is my segment of the message. I said, now listen here. I'm not happy with my midsection. You can hide a roll of quarters under my belly. It don't bother my husband at all. Please, 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 side chicks, don't try him. My husband says, baby, you are beautiful. He looks at me in awe, in perfecting awe of God. But he in the gym. I look at my husband back and I go, oh gosh, I lust after my own husband. I'm allowed to do that. And if you ain't lusted after your wife or your husband, then you might have a problem. But here in the Gooden household, we lust after each other. Okay. And so I look at my husband's back. I was like, oh gosh. Oh God. Oh God. As we were in Dun Falls and we were going up the waterfalls, I got a lesson because knowledge is who God has me, and wisdom is who I am. We begin to go up the waterfalls, and my husband began to say, baby, it's slippery over there. Don't step on that rock. And I, independently, now single ladies, this is your segment of the message. Independently, Fred said, please believe me. Independently, I begin to say, baby, I want to do it. Single lady, this is your segment of the message. Remember, we're talking about you're destroyed for your lack of knowledge, right? Go and click tag and share. I want to talk to the single ladies just for this segment of the message. You married ladies and gentlemen, if you're on here, I need you to listen too, because you on here, you just got your mother's profile picture. I got it. Incognito people, y'all listen too. Watch this, because if you were smart, you would just say sorry and follow the message anyway. But anyway, that's none the story. It says that you're destroyed for your lack of knowledge, and singleness isn't destroying. The loneliness is. It simply means that you're single and you ain't lonely and you don't want to get out because you have allowed the fear of what happened to you make you afraid. And fear is not knowledge at all. Watch this. Fear isn't knowledge. Watch this. And so here we go. We're going up the waterfall, and I'm saying to him, I'm saying, baby, I want to do it because he brings out the little girl in me. Nobody wants to be in a relationship where you cannot be a little girl or little boy just for a moment, not for a lifetime. Mic drop. So now I'm like, I want to do it. I want to go up the waterfall. I want, and I do this thing with Fred. I go, and he looked at me. He said, okay, baby, you want to do it? You want to be independent? Okay, but I'm right here watching you. He allowed me to be independent, but he was right there watching me because the knowledge as a protector, yes, would not let me fall. Watch this. See, God said people don't understand how knowledge works. They shun knowledge. Watch this. I'm going up the waterfall. Fred says, hold on, baby. Let me go in front of you. Keith is your name? Goodard, God bless you. He said, I seek God for knowledge all the time. Good. And so God said, watch Fred. I began to watch Fred, and he said, baby, let me switch around you. He went around me. Watch this. He put his hands in the water, and he found the rocks that were stable, stood up on it himself. Cleo, bless you. Someone said, Pastor, you need to come to, okay. He began to say, now let me pull you up. He said, let me go first so that I can protect you, executing the knowledge I have and pull you up. Next to us, there was this one lady with a single group of women because they had shirts. They was on the girls' trip. And so I don't know if she was single or not. I'm just saying, I'm using this for this segment of the message. I ain't judging her. Only God knows. So as she was going up, the young ladies was following him, and they were slipping. They were together, and they was just slipping and sliding and slipping. Click tag and shit, I'm going somewhere. And they were slipping and sliding. And Fred was like, this way, baby, come on. This way, baby, come on. Go up this way. Stay to the side. Here we go. Okay, all my single ladies, all my overseers said, this is powerful. Everybody that's engaged, married, single or not, we gonna learn from this. Watch this. He said, this way, baby. 3,000 people on the sound of my voice. This way, baby. And the young lady was slipping and sliding. But I noticed something. The teacher who had the Done Falls shirt on was saying, let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. He kept saying, let me help you. Let me help you. I do this all the time. He had a Done Falls shirt with a lanyard that said, teacher. He was saying to her, let me help you. Let me help you. He kept saying this. And as I was holding my husband's hand, getting on the rocks, she was swatting his hand. I don't need you. Until she slipped and almost cracked her head. Watch this. I said to her, girl, let that man help you. Let him help you. Someone said, my God, this is good. Let him help you. You know what she did? She finally reached her hand out and grabbed it. And you could feel her hand shaking because of the pressure. And she could not understand how to navigate the rocks until she grabbed the hand of the teacher. He began to pull her up the rocks, and she got to the top without the problem she was having before I spoke to her. And God is saying, why won't people grab hold of the teacher so they won't crack their head on life's lesson? Your child won't listen. She's destroyed for her lack of knowledge. Your sons won't listen. He's destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And God knows half the people going up the timeline won't listen, and they're destroyed because of the lack of knowledge. It is not your money. It's not your faith. It's the knowledge you lack. It is the knowledge that God says that I give them every day that they won't receive. If I say don't go in there and don't spend that, God is saying the reason why I'm telling you that is because something coming down the pipes that you're going to need that little $50. You don't get in that. And I'm sending you all type of signals, red flags, bongs, horns, people, even your kids say, Mommy, I wouldn't do that. Do you know some of the children have more smarts than some of these adults going up the timeline? Your child's like, I wouldn't do that if I was you, Ma. I wouldn't do that if I was you, Dad. Dad, I don't like her. Dad, I don't. Let me give you a story, because God knows I'm 50, and I'm full of the knowledge that God gave me. Watch this. I remember when Hunter was a little tiny thing. He was so tiny, he ain't even have no teeth in the front of his mouth. All his fronts were gone. And remember, Narnia came out, and everybody was saying how prolific it was, and God is in Narnia, and again, cook, tag, and share, I'm going somewhere, 3,000 people in the sound of my voice, I'm gonna hurry up. I was dating, because years ago, I was a single lady at one point in my life, and Hunter Fred ain't had no teeth up here. And he had this little Narnia sword. Because that was when Toys R Us was out. Your kids don't know nothing about Toys R Us. The world looks mighty good to me. And Tootsie Rolls are all I see. Whatever it is you think you see. Because Tootsie Rolls was, he man, I like Tootsie Roll. He wanted Tootsie Rolls at Toys R Us. He couldn't even eat the things because he had no front teeth to chew it. So I had to somehow melt a knife on the stove and cut up his Tootsie Roll so he won't choke. It's just... He had this little Narnia sword. And this guy was like, I want to take you out. I said, you do? Sister got to eat. Eat the wings and shut up. He comes through the door. His name was Ray. In fact, that was his name in Newark. His name was Ray. And I kid you not, Hunter said, when he came to the door, I don't like him. He took this little Narnia sword, and he was going, psh, psh, psh. He was hitting the guy on the leg. Psh, 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 psh. I don't like him. Psh, psh, psh. Now he kept hitting this Ray with this Narnia sword. Since he was a little baby, it was up to the man's knee. I don't like him. I don't like it. And I was like, Hunter. And I'm on the first date. I'm like, excuse me. I'm sorry. And he had to begin to cry. This is a real story. See all you single people going up the timeline and ain't listening to your kids, and you should have listened to that child that was telling you they ain't like him, and you in this mess, and God got to fix it. Because okay. And so I said, okay. I called my girlfriend Melissa. I said, Melissa, could you come get Hunter? So my girlfriend Melissa pulled Hunter away. And I went on a date. And I had a good time. Watch this. And so I was getting ready to go the next week to a wedding. Trina, if Trina's on here, because I always got people who was part of the story that can verify what I say. I don't practice lying. And so we go to this, date, and we had a good time, and we were talking through the course of the week. We was having a good old time. Then it got time for me to go to a wedding. So I said, let me let him be my plus one. He was kind of nice. I get to the wedding, and I'm with Trina. And I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed because not only did I have to officiate, I'm sitting at the reception and I look over and this joker got on a bow tie that light up. And this bow tie got batteries in it, and it's just going boop, boop, boop. Trina's like, Trina is laughing. I'm like, that's not funny, Trina. This joker turned into something that if I had to listen to Hunter, I wouldn't be sitting there looking like a fool with this joker with a bow tie. Yeah, you like it? Hell no, I don't like it. It's the play. Now y'all wrong for that. Yeah, they wrong for that. Yeah, y'all wrong for that. Y'all just gonna laugh? All right, I'll take that. Yep, I'll take that. I'll take that. This sucker was lighting up. It was going bloop. It had Christmas tree lights in it. And it was just lighting up. Y'all, I don't care. So God gave me double for my shame, because that's Fred. He in there sleeping. But if I had listened to Hunter, it would have saved me the humiliation, the aggravation. And see, most of you don't realize Your kids got knowledge that they can see before you even discover what it is that's the problem. And most of you don't understand. It ain't your choices. It's the knowledge in which you choose to make them. You wasn't smart at all. And I'm so glad for my husband. Y'all don't understand why I love this man the way that I do. And I get him dead if he ever try to leave. God said, because your picker is broken and you keep making these bad choices, allow the wisdom to make. Okay, we're going to leave on that note because everybody is laughing at me. I will take that because I am the first teacher. Because if you can learn from me, perhaps I can save you from misery. Understand today, it's the simple seed of 27. I want you to understand it's the simple seed of 27 for knowledge. I need knowledge on everything that I do. Yes, I need wisdom, but knowledge is not taught in a book. You can get book smart and be school dumb. It happens all the time. People have all kind of degrees. I told you, I am 100% dyslexic. And I know people who have masters and bachelors that can't touch what God has given me throughout my lifetime, because I know people who are smart. I know a woman who she passed the bar exam and she's an attorney. And this child is not smart at all. And I be saying to her, girl, you got a master's and you passed the bar and you did what? Yup, he couldn't answer the door, so I climbed up on the deck. And when I climbed up on the deck, I went right through his house. And yup, I opened the door and he was in there with a girl. What? Y'all know that girl who she was working for NASA? She was smart. She put on a diaper and she drove over 9 hours to catch her boo in an affair. You know, Google what I'm saying is true. It was one girl, she was smart. She climbed up in the chimney and went down the chimney to try to catch her boo doing something and got stuck. And when they found her, she was decomposed. See, you got to understand. Okay, so how many people ain't have knowledge? I ain't gonna be by myself today. The devil is indemnified lie. If you've done some stuff and you smart and you ain't been so smart, just go and give a thumbs up, because I ain't by myself today. And so it's a whole lot of people. God said you need knowledge. You need wisdom, but you need knowledge, because knowledge is something that you learn. If I hit you on the head, and I keep hitting you in the head. I did this to this one young man named Bishop when I used to counsel young men over in the prison over in Newark. And his name was Bishop, and I hit him over the head. And he was just talking, and he was like, okay. And I hit him over the head, and I hit him about 3 or 4 times. And then after I hit him, he ducked. And I see, that's what knowledge does. It teaches you the lesson so you won't have to learn it again. Your seed of knowledge today is 27. Understand, I need those of you who have businesses. I'm going to challenge you today. It's 57. That is a knowledgeable seed to build your clientele. I got some. You have to understand that knowledge has to be present because you're building, and you cannot build the way that you've been building, and that's why you're broken. You have to understand you will be destroyed because you ignored knowledge. Every time people ignore knowledge, they want to stay in a situation that's not so smart. I'm not going to use the word D-U-M-B. I'm not going to do that. But some of you keep making decisions because of knowledge. You lack knowledge, and God said, let me give you some. It's not the finances. No, it's not. It's the knowledge. It's not your faith. It's your knowledge. Knowledge is smart. That says, I'm going to follow my leader. I'm going to do what my leader say, not just me. Your mother's a leader. Your father's a leader. Your supervisor, whether you like her or him or not, they are your leaders. If they say that report's supposed to be done, serve the Lord with gladness and get it done. Most of your husbands, listen to me. Golda said, I'm a business. Golda, okay. I have to call you on this one because God just gave me something concerning logistics and you. I'll call you on that one, but please allow me to get back to the States to give you that word, because it's still here and it's not going nowhere. I know the vein in which I speak. You have to understand that most people, you need knowledge. These people on the island, they're crafty, they're creative. They use the knowledge, the talent that God gave them. And most of you don't even know your talent because you're afraid of what you see. Knowledge says, I don't care. Someone said, how do I sow? Go to www.carchronicles.org and there, www.carchronicles.org. You have to understand that most people in this pandemic, you lost stuff. Watch this. There was a driver that was driving us around. He said, I was hit hard in the pandemic, but God took care of me. He said, I had clients calling me from the States, sending me stuff because I developed a relationship with them. And God is saying, where's the knowledge? My people are destroyed because of the lack of knowledge. And if God say, don't you, look, some of you, God says, you better stay out the mall for 6 months. Stay out of them. Well, and your girlfriend say, girl, you better come on, your girl. You better come, girl. Iris will tell you that. Iris, one of them sold, they saved 6 months of their salary. Heck also, it's time for y'all to stop living paycheck to paycheck. If something happened today, all of y'all will be in trouble. Most of you, I don't know, some of you. But she said, I don't have 27. That was a problem for me. Not for me as a ministry, for her. I'm like, you $27, suppose an emergency happened and you got to put some gas in your tank. You got to feed your kids. Listen, being an adult isn't hard. It's not hard being an adult. Being a responsible adult is hard. That means I don't care what I do. You know how Nanny used to do that? Nanny used to reach down in there and it was sweaty and it stunk. But Nanny knew where it was. And you can't reach down and get nothing but silicone. And God is saying, hold on. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all got to stop this. You got to get the knowledge to save. The knowledge on how to spend. The knowledge to take care of your health. The knowledge to take care of your kids. The knowledge to make sure your husband is right. Brothers, you need knowledge on how to deal with her. Maybe if you had a little knowledge on how to deal with your wife, she wouldn't be full of strife. And God is saying, my people are destroyed because of the lack of knowledge. Knowledge is what's needed. My name is Pastor Jameliah Gooden. And every time you click my button, I'm going to tell you the truth. Like it or not, it ain't your money. It ain't your health. It ain't your mind. It's your knowledge. Michelle put PayPal up for those that want our PayPal. But don't fall for everybody else's. Pay attention. People are destroyed because they're not paying attention. Knowledge is say, hold on now. Knowledge is say, wait, I'm not. No, I done had that experience before. Single ladies keep getting on. One day, one horrible man after horrible man. Horrible. Knowledge is say, wait, hold on. I'm not. We're not doing this. Some people are stuck in a marriage. Ain't no love. Ain't no nothing. And you don't have the knowledge to say, I deserve to be treated better than this. Nah, we ain't doing this no more. I'm out of here. I am Pastor Jameliah. Fred! Fred! Come on, baby. We get ready to get on the horses and ride in the beautiful waves. See y'all later.